Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is Stranger Days, and it's always weird when you come across stories of people who try to take their own life. Most of the time, it ends in tragedy. Let's be fair. And at no point should any of that be celebrated or talked about in any kind of jubilant way. But this is one of those cases where you have to stop and kind of sit back and go, huh. All right. Like the long and short of it essentially is this guy tried to Bulworth himself. And if you ever saw that 1998 Warren Beatty Halle Berry movie, you know what I'm talking about. But for those of you who don't, catch a whiff of this. This dude posed as his ex-girlfriend in order to hire a hitman to kill himself. This is the real world, folks. This is what we live in. Dude posed as his ex in order to get a person to kill him. However, what would happen if it actually came true? Would the ex have been charged? Is it like a weird kind of like murder plot? Let's find out. Criminal charges have been filed against a man who attempted to hire a hitman, but investigators say the person who the man wanted dead was himself. Taylor Eric Bedolla, 22, is charged in 4th District Court with criminal solicitation, a first-degree felony, and obstructing justice, a second-degree felony. The odd murder for hire investigation began in October when an officer with the Salem Police Department responded to a post on the app Whisper with the title, "I need help, 19 female." Okay, first off, I don't even know what the hell the Whisper app is, but if you're going to be going to an app that's not on the dark web looking for a hitter, you're already kind of barking up the "this isn't going to work" tree. Now, the cop here says, "From my experience, 19 female would indicate the individual who had made the post was a 19-year-old female. I suspected that this individual is either looking to purchase illegal drugs or to sell illegal drugs." But when the officer responded to the message, he got a much different reply, saying here, "I asked the individual what she needed help with. The individual then responded stating, 'Kill my ex-fiance. He's trying to get custody of our daughter.'" For several days, the officer and Bedolla sent messages back and forth, working out the details of the murder. Okay, dude's plotting it against himself, but spends days going over with the hitter how to execute the crime. I will be here at this location. I will be wearing this outfit. Do this, do that, make it painless sort of thing, right? Or make it painful. We have no idea. This guy could have been a weird sadist. I'm merely just saying it's a weird situation. Now, Bedolla, still posting as his ex-fiance, then offered $5,000 to the officer to carry out the hit. Now, believing that he was actually speaking to the ex-girlfriend and genuinely concerned for Bedolla's safety, the officer contacted Bedolla at his residence and explained to him what he believed was going on and the nature of the investigation. Okay, so the cop at this point thinks this dude's ex is really plotting a hit. So he goes to the guy, does the good cop thing, and says, "All right, this is what you got to do. You got to know this information, dude. I think your ex is trying to have you killed. I'm just letting you know so you can be prepared, just in case I'm not the only one." Now, you figure if this dude catches on to the fact that that the cops are onto it, he would have cut and run. He would have left. He would have fled. He would have gone anywhere. He would have like, "Oh shit, jig is up," and he would have ran. Nope. But as the officer got further into the investigation, he began to suspect that Bedolla was the one who had solicited the officer, according to the charging documents. The officer reviewed surveillance video of the ex-girlfriend at work, saying, "As I viewed the surveillance video footage, I found that she was not the one sending the message." At that point, he probably means that looking at the timestamp of the message going out on the Whisper app and comparing it with surveillance video footage of her at work and it not matching up, probably suspected that it was in fact Bedolla. But at this point, it kind of feels like Bedolla was still communicating with the officer, still thinking that it was going to happen or something along those lines. I have no idea. Now, on November 20th, they confronted him about the suspicions, and they said during that interview, Bedolla admitted he had created the Whisper account, posed as his ex-girlfriend, and solicited the murder. He explained that he was depressed at the time, wanted to die, but couldn't do it himself. He further explained that he posed as his ex-girlfriend because he believed that somebody would take a woman under the circumstances he described more seriously and be more inclined to follow through with the solicitation. So let's get this straight here. Dude's depressed, wanted to die, couldn't do it himself. Poses as his ex-girlfriend, goes online, tries to find a hitman, offers $5,000 under the assumption that because it's a 19-year-old girl who is playing the damsel in distress, that someone would never question it, would take the money, go take the dude out because they think that they're doing the right thing. To be fair, I have to hand it to the guy. That's actually a pretty smart play. Not saying it's legitimate, not saying it should happen, but I mean, in the context of where we are in our society, you know, someone would take that far more seriously than, let's say, it was a 19-year-old male claiming that he needed to hit on a 22-year-old girlfriend for the same reason. It would be viewed differently because there is that type of, well, sexism in our culture. Let's be fair. It exists. It's a thing. But at the same time, this dude also needed help. This guy also needed help, and he tried to take his own life by hiring a hitman to kill him. I mean, if there ever was an insanely large cry for help, it would be that right there. So the bright side of the situation here is that the guy will now get the help that he needs. That's the bright side. That's the silver lining. But he's up for a felony charge and a second-degree felony charge, which is not good. That's 2 out of 3 strikes. One more and his ass would go to jail for life. Now, what they're probably going to do is you know, put this dude into counseling for a long time. He'll probably go to jail for a fair amount of time as a result of this. You know, but then hopefully he'll get the help and counseling that he needs to get out. Because he's only 22. The guy's so young. The dude's so young. Like, he just needed someone to talk to, man. I swear to God, that's all it is. Like, he just needed someone to talk to. And this is a plan that's concocted off some, you know, some seriously sad shit. So anyway, I'm glad that no one was injured. I'm glad that the dude was caught. It makes for an interesting story, but at the same time, really makes you kind of pity the guy because of the whole thing. But I'm curious to know your thoughts and opinions on this one. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you think that that the guy deserved, you know, to be busted? They should have just like let him go, throw him in counseling, or lock him up for 72 hours sort of thing? Or do you think that this is just, you know, if it wasn't the cop, do you think you would have actually found somebody to go through with it? Or do you think you would have called it off at some point in time? I'm curious to know your thoughts on this. Let me know down in the comments below. My name is Matt Jarbo. This has been Stranger Days. If you guys haven't already, please toss a like if you want. Subscribe if you're new. I'll talk to you all later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.